So, good evening, guys. Welcome to the 11th day of the bootcamp How to Build on Solana. So, let me go ahead and share my screen. Wow. So, I hope you guys can see my screen now. Welcome, guys. Good evening. Welcome to the 11th day of Build on Solana bootcamp. So, today actually we are going to be building a token program. So we will start by creating the token by we're going to create the token by starting by creating the token mint. Then we will go ahead and create the token metadata. Then um, if there's still time, then we will create a token account. Then we'll start creating other tokens on that token account. Then we'll go into transferring of tokens and that about. So then let's cut to the chase because it seems we have um, gone through the theory part already. So, but let me just do a brief walkthrough. So we've understood what a token is. Create tokens with the token program. Then we have tokens, token program, types of we will go through types of tokens, how tokens actually work, then the code section. The code section is what we are going to be jumping straight into. Then after we've built the token completely, then there will be an assignment for everyone to do, where you just create like a custom token, edit the metadata and put in the name you want to put there. Then before we close today's class, we will have a live Q&A section probably, where everyone will be given a room to ask questions and get answers or feedback. So token, a token, Sol is actually the native token for of Solana. All other tokens, fungible and non-fungible tokens, are called SPL tokens. So whatever token, example of tokens we have are Jupiter, Bonk, and so like that. Even the USDC is on the Solana network is an SPL token. So these tokens actually are created. They are actually created with token on the Solana network is created with the stand, which was which the functions that handle most important functionalities in the program was imported from Metaplex and so the token program, how the token works and thereabouts. So the token program is one of many by the Solana program library. Contains instructions for creating and interacting with SPL tokens. These tokens represent all non-native tokens, that is tokens which are not sold, are tokens, of which SPL stands for Solana program library. Now the code section. So we'll just go straight. Let's cut to the chase. So here, let me open my Ubuntu terminal. Now, in my terminal, I will go to the cryptography directory we have been working with since this course started. So Deca Games, hello. How are you doing? Farid, how far now? What's up? So let me seed into cryptography. cryptography, which is the directory we have been using. So comment section. James say you be the real boss. Now you be the real boss. I agree. So can you guys still see my screen? Just use the comment section to answer. Can you see my screen or reshare? Let me stop sharing and share again. Okay, Farid, see your feedback. Can you see it now? Please answer. Can you see the screen now? Because a bit of main cover. Get one more indication that the screen is showing before I go on. Farid, Quava, Deca Games. Just okay, thank you. Awesome. Okay, all right. Now we are in the cryptography. Um, so what we are going to be doing next, or let me go straight to our code. So so for today's class, we'll start creating a token. All right, Mohammed Farid, thanks for your feedback. So we are going to be creating a token, and we are going to be seeing it on the Solana token.ts. So this is our token.cs. So let me just comment out some things that we are going to be needing to create a token, which is one. I like to make this mistake every time. One is a token means then we are going to need our token metadata. Then we are going to actually be creating a token account. Then we will create a mint this thing. We are going to create a mint or a mint account that is going to be holding this token and also other tokens um that what's it called, that we are going to be creating allocations for. Other tokens we can be creating burning tokens, although we might not cover all of these today, but before the end of this week we should finish everything about creating a token, so that next week we are going to start creating NFTs on Solana. So create a token mint. Let me use go under this code I commented here. So to create a token mint, first we are going to be importing some things. So the first thing we are going to be importing, we will import our create mint. You get? So let me just explain a bit of this guy. So this token mint is an account that is going to be holding the data of the token we want to create. So like the example I used last, my import was spelled wrongly. Like the example I used last, let's say you want to build a house you buy a land, then the land is what we contain the documentations of that land. Then you can also build other houses on that particular land, just depending on um how big the land mass is. So that land is the, you can call it in this context, is the mint or the account for that particular token. So we'll go ahead to create the token, then mint the token, transfer the token from one holder to another. Then after transferring the token, if you can transfer, then we'll go through burning the tokens. So, but before then, you will all remember this index. So this key pair we are going to be generating will store our secret key and our public key. So storing it on our env file, then the public key is what we are going to be is going to be the address that we point to that our mint account. So let me go to the terminal to run this file now to get a new key pair. So having seeded into this, let me clear and be at the top. Having seeded into this cryptography, I'll do npx esrun index.ts. Now I have I have my public key, which is this guy, and my private key. So I'll copy this my private key here. Copy. Then I will go into here, then locate my env file and store it, delete it there. Oh, yes. So this one was the private key we used for demonstrating writing on Solana. So I'll just do secret key equal to this secret key here. Wrap it in a string, then I'll paste this guy here. And that's it. So let me take my public key here, because we'll actually be needing this public key. I'll copy it and bring it down on this env file, paste it there for future use. So now next thing is to make the necessary imports. Now in this token.cs file we made here, if there's any points you can't see my screen or there's any issue or question, just type it. I think I'll be able to see it. So now, yes,
So, it's also kind of key. And I go to police station. Panta never come back. Yeah.
Okay.
Then I say I don't do my side. I don't want to do my side.
Oh, yeah, no. So we are going to be importing. First thing we'll import is the what are the caps lock. We are going to import the create mint. Create mint. Create import create mint from at Solana SPL token. So if you have not maybe done this already, to sorry about that. So install npm install at Solana SPL token. So we are going to install this Solana SPL token to be able to import create mint. So I have this I have this installed. That's why I've been able to import this create mint function. So I will go come here just for demonstration purpose. I will just install it. So you just type in npm install at Solana /spl hyphen. So this will get that Solana SPL token library installed for you. So you can see it's up to date, audited 140 packages. We know this one doesn't really concern us. Our own is that Solana SPL token has been other necessary things. So actually creating a mint. So we will need to be importing the .env also, because we are going to be referencing to this .env file to fetch our secret key to sign the transaction. So we will make use of this on it, get key pair from environment. So we are going to be generating a link that is going to this link will be a bridge, kind of a bridge between this our code or our token program with the Solana Explorer. So we'll Explorer link, get Explorer link. Then these two guys we have imported here will be from the Solana developers helpers. So I think we have installed the Solana developers functions we are going to be using to make our query and our fetching data, generating of link and connection to the devnet. So we are going to import connection and also our cluster API URL, from the Solana web3.js. So far so good. Remember, you can always ask your questions in the comments, and I will attend to you as connection does. Then the cluster API URL is the function that connects us to the Solana network directly. You know, the network, let's create this constant is going to hold it. So I'll do const, I will name it connection. Connection with small letters. Please just note the difference between this variable. I named this connection so that we can always refer to it easily, because variable namings can be a tough one to programmers actually. So it's good to name your variables or your constants names you can always revert to at any point in time in your code. So this connection is going to make a new connection with a new keyword. It makes a new connection and it connects to the cluster API URL. Cluster API URL, then this guy is set to devnet. So The next thing we are going to do is we are going to be creating a constant that will um we are this constant that we are going to be declaring next. So anybody that has access to that secret key has access to your funds or your assets in that particular Web3 wallet. So const user will name that because this is going to be the user of that um, key pair we are importing or we are getting from our environment. So const user equal to we'll do get, so I'll do console log connection established and the public key, or let's say and user my user public key is, then I will reference this user here that I've created. So user dot, so I'll do my npx es run, then token dot ts. So you can see what we have console logged here. Connection established and my user public key that we have just created, that we have just made. So let me go back. So having done that, the next thing we are going to be doing, the next thing we are going to be doing is mint. So I'll declare a constant called token mint. So it's going to await a response. Let me pick a mint. We are making a use this instance to query the Solana network. It's going to await a response from the Solana network to give us that create mint. This create mint we imported now. This function create mint. We are going to create an await function to get this create mint, which is going to reference to our token mint account that we want to create here. So I'll do const and name it token mint in here. So let's do token mint. So we'll make a connection, which is this our connection variable here, a public key. Now this freeze authority, the person with the public key is the person that has the right actually to use that token. So let's say for example USDC, everybody that has USDC now, the person that has the person's address that has the freeze authority over the USDC can decide to freeze that token USDC, and every holder of USDC will not be able to make use of his USDC. Okay, let me stop sharing the screen and reshare again. And share again. So can you see my screen now, Farid? Can my screen be seen now? I reshared the screen again. Back. So it's just like be passed in mint authority, freeze authority, and so the next thing after the connection is the user. The user is actually the payer of that particular payer, the signer of the particular token. Then the mint authority is a public key, freeze authority, and that public key is going to be the public key we have here. So since is this user constant we created here, I'll do a user dot public key, user dot public key. Do we understand? Then the freeze authority. So one address or one public key is going to be the public key that will be that will actually have the right to vote to um, mint the token, that has the mint authority and also the freeze authority. So I'll do user dot public key also. So that's the user public key. Wait. Then after that, there is a decimal of 2. So here is its decimals and number. So if you lead to this, you will see the arguments that are supposed to be passed in, or objects that are supposed to be passed in into this create a connection variable or constant, which is an instance of we created here, we imported rather. Then the payer, a payer is known as the signer of that particular minting of the token. So that payer is the user here, and he is going to, and in this case I'm the user and I'm going to be using my secret key to sign this transaction. Then we have the mint authority, which this mint authority is the um, public key that is responsible for create freeze authority. So that is why I still used um, my pair. So the same public key is going to be responsible for both minting and freezing that token. That if I want to token. So the next thing is to create link, is to create a link. Now this link, let me do const and link. This link now, so we won't be actually we are not going to be using the new keyword, because this link is going to be used to, what the link is doing is to be only to be able to read that. That's why we are not going to be writing to it. That's why we are not using new keyword to establish a new instance of that link constant. So it's going to be set to this get exploration. What type of link actually will this token mint return? So we will enter, we return. We will enter it this ID here. So then address, a link type, address, and ID. Those are the three things we need. So we are going to be using so we already know it is on devnet. So that devnet is the that this link constant here is going to, so here we are going to fetch it. We are going to fetch that response that this link returns. So this first one, which is the link type, let me go there again. This first one, which is the link type, is a type of address. It's an address actually, like the address type. Because remember, we'll be creating this token mint, which will be returned in form of address to store this token. So I hope we get that, no confusion, Abi. So you can always type in the comment section or in the comment box if there's any question or confusion or any challenge whatsoever. So my here that we used is 2 because most of these tokens they are the 2 as the decimal. So we just do that. So um this address is where the tokens, when you come here again, this address, the address that is shown here is where the tokens are going to be stored. That's why we are going to be generating a token mint. So the first input on the get explorer link, also the token link used to reference it on the Solana explorer. So let's just start imputing what we're going. The next thing, like I said, this token mint here we created, we are going to be passing it in as the ID. So token mint, then we are going to function token mint is created and the link is this one. Then the link is this link. We are going to make reference to it. This is the link here. My screen has gone off again. Let me check. Stop sharing. So please indicate if you can see my screen now. Indicate, then I move on. If you can see my screen, just indicate. If you can't see it, indicate still. All right, thank you for that. So maybe when my screen went off, did you token.ts? It says simulation field. Uh-uh. Simulation transaction simulation field. Attempt to debit an account. Oh, sorry, Farid. Let me share again. So can you see the screen now? I've reshared again. So can you see it now? Hello, please. So the last thing I did here was to console log the mint is created and the link is trying to generate the token mint link that we are going to use to view on the Solana Explorer. Now here's the error it threw to me. It says simulation failed. Attempt to debit an account but found no record of a prior credit. So for me to, like, our former class, we said anything done on Solana is done with a transaction. And for every transaction, there is a fee to pay, known as gas fees. So there is actually zero so because I just created this key value pair here, both the public key and the secret key. I just created them here. So there is nothing in it. So it needs to have something. So let me copy the address. This is the public key, right? Let me go on and copy the public key so that I will get devnet sol from a faucet. I'll copy, then go to my browser. Let me do faucet.solana.com. So that's it. I'll paste my wallet address here now. Paste amount. Let me request for 5 sol. That's it, 5 sol. Confirm airdrop. Uh, I think I've used this faucet today already and they are giving me a limit. I can't request for any more airdrop. But it's all good. Let me go to my let me use my Solana CLI to do this. So I'll do terminal. I'm creating another terminal. Remember, I already have a terminal here which I'm using to ah this screen. Let me share again. So is my screen showing now? Can you guys see my screen now? Hello guys, can you see my screen now? All right, thank you. Thanks for the feedback. So this is my terminal now. I'm going to be using my Solana CLI. So I will say Solana airdrop. Let me request for 2 sol, then paste the wallet address there. Thank you, Farid. So I'm going to get an airdrop of 2 sol now. Thank you. Now I've gotten 2 sol in that address. So I can close this terminal now and open the terminal we are using to work here. So let me run the code again. So I'll say npx es run token.ts. Let's have it now. Let's have it. All right, awesome. So good. We have now created a token mint, and this is the Deca games. I'm mentioning you too now. I'm not only calling Farid. How far? So, Deca games, you are doing well, boss. So, this um token link, the token mint link, this is it here. So, I'll copy it. Sorry. copy link, then go to my browser and paste it. So it will open through the Solana Explorer. And there you go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, Fabrizio Romano. So here we go. This is the token we have. This is the token mint actually. So here, this is the transaction history, transaction. It doesn't have a transaction signature yet because we didn't create one for it. So we're going to be doing that when we start creating the token metadata and that about. So current supply mint authority. Now this is what I want to show you now. You can see, let's relate this with our code here. When we're creating the token mint, we connect. This is connection, use user.public key and user.public key. Now we use the user.public key to set our mint authority and also our freeze authority. Then the decimal is 2. That's what we can see here. This is the address of this token mint link we created. So this is the mint authority, which is our public key, and we used our public key, which is that user.public key we created in our code. We use that same user.public key to make the freeze authority. This is the freeze authority. Now this is the decimal of 2 that we or you know what? Just for the sake you get, let's use a different file to do the token metadata. So I'm going to name it meta metadata.ts. Metadata.ts. So this metadata.ts is going to be responsible for um, the metadata of this token we're going to be creating, which will be the token name, the symbol, and like that. So basically, we are going to be repeating most of the things. We are going to be repeating most of the things here, like the user, the connection, and the other stuff. So let me just, I'll copy some of the import here. I don't think we'll still need this create mint again because we have created the mint in this file. So we're going to be using some of this. We'll be referencing to env file, so we'll use env and the other stuff. So I'll copy them, come here and paste. Mhm. So that is it. So I'm going to be creating a new connection. So since this is a new file, it's not going to clash with the other connection constants I created in token.ts. That's why I preferred to use a different file for it, so that some of these things you might want to name in same variable. You might want to perform a particular function more than once, and you will be tempted to name um, all the variables the same thing, and they will definitely clash. So that's why I opted to use a new file so that none of these codes will clash. So I'll do a const connection, I'll name it connection, and it's going to be a new connection a new connection that will connect to the cluster API URL. Cluster API URL forward slash. Hello, 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 hello. Can you guys see my screen? I check right here. Okay, all right. Thank you, Farid. So I'm going to be establishing a new connection. You can't see the screen again. Omo. Can you see the screen? Let me stop here. What are you seeing now? The screen of my face. No. What about you, Farid? Oh, let me reshare again, and I'll be sure you see it now. Okay, now yes. All right. So establish a connection, which is thank you cluster API URL set to devnet, and that's it. So after these imports that we've made here, thank you guys for this for your feedback actually. So after these imports we've made here, the constants we declared, we now know we've established a connection. We have established a connection now and have gotten information from the user. Next thing to do is to create the token metadata program. To create the token metadata program ID. Omo, this screen of a thing. Which network do you guys think is the strongest network to use? I've been asked to just go look for how to get link. I don't know. I hope you guys can see my screen now. Deka Alpha and Farid, what's up? Alpha my screen. Still no. Damn, Kai, I must finish this token metadata today. Oh. What area are you asking about? How about now, guys? How about now? How about so this program? So where did I even stop? I was saying we have established a connection, right, with this guy here, with this connection constant that pointed to. All right, thank you, Deka. I've thank you for your feedback. Which as this we have established a connection. So the next thing to do is to create the token metadata program ID. Token metadata program ID. So this program ID will be generated from Metaplex. Then gone again. The screen gone again. Now can you see it? Can you see the screen now? Yeah, thank you, Farid. So we are looking metadata program ID from Metaplex. Like this program ID will be generated from Metaplex. So we'll be installing the Metaplex metadata package from npm. That's what we are going to be doing. That's what we are going to be installing so that we can be able to bring to import in our metadata program ID because we are importing from Metaplex. So let's go on to install. I say install to yes to install the let me clear this terminal to have it. So I'm going to be installing the metadata token or whatsoever. So I'll do npm Deca Games. Thank you for your feedback. Appreciated. Npm install at Metaplex. Yeah, at Metaplex hyphen foundation x hyphen token data at 2. Yeah, so I have it installed, but I will install it here to demonstrate. Load before screen will disappear. I think I made a mistake in the this thing. Clear again. N npm. I think I used npx instead of npm. I think maybe that's the mistake I made. I don't really know what at Metaplex foundation Metaplex hyphen foundation forward slash mpl hyphen token hyphen metadata at 2. Let's see. Blah, blah. So going back to our 1 or 2, let me keep track of my this thing. So I'll do a ID equal to is going to um, create a new instance of a public key. It's going to be a public key. The public key that is going to be used to um, so 1 minute. So is going to be dot public key. So now this public key is going to be the public key. Remember this token mint here in our, let me go to our browser history. Yes. So it's going to be this token mint address. That's going to be our address. Let me copy it twice to make sure I copied it in. Then I'll come here and paste it. Paste. Then that's it. So having done that, so this will make a reference to the public key. You understand? Now, next thing is to get the mint account. So let me do the mint account of the mint we made here in this token.cs. So to create the mint account, I'll do a const and name it token mint account, and I'll set it to um, it's going to be new public key. Wait, sorry, I think this create token mint account is the mint address of this one. This guy is supposed to be here. This address of this token mint is what is supposed to be here in our token mint account. Let me come there and paste it. Yes. So this one here is supposed to be the token ID of the Solana network themselves. This token metadata program ID. So where will I get this Solana? I can even go to ChatGPT and ask them what is the Solana metadata program ID address. But it seems we have it in this soldev. So this soldev, please make sure to check through. Okay, here is it. Here is it. It's token metadata program ID as they did here. So I'll copy their. This is the program ID of the Solana network. Let's space for copy there. Copy, then remove the self, then paste it here. Good. So, all right, we have established or gotten the token metadata program ID in form of the of a public key from Solana themselves, then we also have our public key, which is the address of this our mint, of this our token mint here. So the next thing to do is to start writing our token metadata here. So remember we'll be using here. So remember we'll be using the public key. These are their respective addresses. Then next thing to do is just to go ahead and start creating the and start declaring the token metadata itself. So do a const. It's going to be a const. I'll name it metadata. So this metadata will be equal to it's an object with key value pairs. So those particular key value pairs, the first one is the name. The first one is going to be the name, and the name of this token or this coin we are creating. I'm going to name it Super Team NG Kano Devs 2024. The name is quite long, but whatever. Let it just be something that we made, that we can say we made this thing on Solana. So it's going to have a symbol, Farid. My screen will come back shortly. Stop sharing. Share screen again. Share. So can you see the screen now, Farid? Face. Yes, thank you, Farid. Thank you for the feedback. So Deca, your own confirmation will drop soon. So after the name, we are going to give it symbol. So this symbol name is SK Abi Super Team. Okay, let me see SKDC. Yes, SKDC Super Team Kano Developers Coin or Developers Token. We go next. We put in the URI, and this URI is basically, let's say, an image file or an image link. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Aweave. So Aweave is a Web3, is a kind of a Web3 database for storing of coins and tokens have actually used have actually stored an image for their coin or their token on Aweave. So we are going to be making of Aweave here. So let this guy load. Or open the Aweave on the browser here. how we open now. Now here is how we've. So you can create a new account. Just come to this place, use awiv.org. Aha. Says save a file. So use awiv. So you can see NFT projects get the docs, upload to awiv 100 MB free. You can upload up to 100 MB of images for free on awiv. But let me just straight to the history of what I browsed before. So let me go to my history, my browser history. Mhm. History. Let it open. Mhm. So these are kind of history of what I did before. So, where this thing come dey? I don't want to go and start creating new accounts. Party Kano. I'm coming. Yesterday, Thursday. Um, I want to go through the long process of where this thing contain now. Searching for them. Let's leave this thing. Let me just come back to using it. Deca. Let me reshare again. So can you see my screen now? Deca Games. Deca Games alpha of my screen now. I think I did this. All right, thank you for the feedback. Group history. So just give me a minute. Let me figure out this Awif stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. Supposed to see this thing. Okay, so actually, I didn't see what I've been looking for. So let me. I think I'll just go ahead and look for an alternative. So go on, upload to Awif. Why did you waste my time? So you can see Awif now. There is no, even if I have an account with them, there is no option to sign in. You can only sign up. So let me try with my next. So this is my new seed phrase. Just copy, set up accounts. So you say an account with the given email already exists. So I will use another email now, and my seed phrase that I'm not supposed to share, I'm going to be hiding it, and I'll be changing this password to anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Say 999. So I've created a new password.